Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. So today we are tackling a seriously painful yet incredibly relatable reality. We're talking about escaping lifestyle creep and creating what's called the invisible paycheck. Let's jump right in.
Okay, picture this. You work hard, right? You finally get that promotion. Or maybe you land that huge new client. You get the raise. More money, same you. So why, a few months later, do you feel poorer and honestly more stressed than before you got the bump in pay? You got a raise, but you still feel totally broke. Well, if you're nodding your head right now, I really want you to know something right out of the gate. You are not stupid with money, and you are definitely not alone. I mean, it is so common to feel completely frustrated when you look around wondering where all that extra income went. But today, we're gonna fix it, and we're stripping away all the shame and judgment right here, right now.
Because look, what's truly shocking is the data behind this. 74%. Yep, according to the numbers, 74% of people return to living completely paycheck to paycheck within just 6 months of receiving a raise. 6 months. Like, maybe they have a slightly nicer car or a slightly bigger apartment, but financially speaking, they have absolutely zero extra breathing room. They are right back where they started.
Okay, let's dive into this and kind of diagnose the actual villain of our story here. It has a name, and it's lifestyle creep. Basically, it's the tendency for your spending and your basic bills to rise exactly as fast as your new income. And the crazy thing is, it doesn't usually happen with these wild, reckless spending sprees. No, it's invisible. It's totally habitual. It's, the slightly better daily coffee or the extra premium streaming service or a car payment that's just maybe $150 more a month. Before you know it, your brand new salary just becomes your basic, everyday baseline.
Think about it like this. Look at the difference between an intentional celebration, which, creates a really great memory, versus upgrading your rent or leasing a shiny new car, which basically creates a chain. This is exactly where the danger lies. Lifestyle creep happens so dangerously through 1,000 tiny, small, recurring upgrades rather than through just one big intentional purchase. Because when you upgrade your baseline bills, that money is just gone, every single month, forever.
All right, let's move into Section 1, the invisible paycheck and the 50-30-20 raise rule.
And this brilliantly illustrates our first major framework and shows exactly how we build our defense. So the whole goal here is to literally intercept your money before your brain even realizes you have it. And we're going to do that using a very specific adaptation of the classic 50-30-20 rule. Now listen closely, because this rule applies exclusively to your newly added funds, okay? Not your entire paycheck, just the raise. So for every extra dollar from your raise, 50% goes directly to your future. That means savings, investments, or paying off debt. And because it's only half of the extra money, you actually won't even miss it. Then 30% goes to your present. This is your guilt-free, fun money. Seriously, enjoy it. And finally, 20% goes to others. So things like charity or gifts. Or actually, if that's not really your focus right now, you just dump that 20% right back into your future savings bucket.
But here's the catch. This strategy only works if you completely remove willpower from the equation. Making it invisible means automation is absolutely crucial. You need to take action the literal day the raise begins. Go straight into your employer's payroll portal and set up a direct deposit split, or, set up an automatic transfer right there in your banking app. Because if that 50% designated for your future never actually hits your everyday checking account, you simply can't accidentally spend it.
Moving on to Section 2, the one-time splurge. How to celebrate intentionally.
Now, I know exactly what you're thinking. You worked incredibly hard for this raise, and you want to celebrate. And honestly, you absolutely should, without some kind of monastic deprivation. You really need to enjoy the fruits of your labor, because otherwise, you'll just end up binge spending out of total frustration down the line. So here's the simple math for the one-time splurge strategy. It lets you reward yourself safely and intentionally. Step 1. You identify the total annual amount of your raise, or say your new side hustle. Step 2, you apply a strict 10% limit to that total. And Step 3, you choose one single celebratory purchase. The key is, once you make this purchase, you go right back to the invisible paycheck rule.
So let's ground this in a concrete mathematical example to put it into perspective. Say you negotiate a fantastic $10,000 annual raise. Your strict splurge limit is exactly $1,000. You could use that for an awesome weekend getaway, a really fancy dinner, or maybe that new phone you've been eyeing for months. The entire key here is that it's a single, one-time purchase. You enjoy it, you make a great memory, but you haven't locked yourself into a recurring monthly payment that's going to slowly drain your new wealth.
Next up, Section 3, reverse the creep, proving that you are not stuck. Well, what if you already kind of messed up?
Like you already upgraded the apartment or you're already locked into a crazy expensive car lease. Seriously? Don't panic. To reverse existing lifestyle creep, you basically have two main paths. The first is called the step-down strategy. Now this one requires some patience. You simply wait out your current contracts, and then, when your apartment lease expires, you actively downsize. When your car lease ends, you buy a reliable used car instead. Now the second path is the offset strategy, and this is the active method. You generate extra cash immediately by starting a side hustle or maybe selling unused items around your house to actively buy back that lifestyle creep.
So the crucial point is how you handle the money you actually make from that offset strategy. Look, if you are doing a side hustle, specifically because you already inflated your lifestyle, you do not use the 50-30-20 rule just yet. You must use the 100% rule. To remain completely financially neutral, 100% of that extra offset income has to go straight into savings. So for example, if your fancy new apartment increased your rent by $300 a month, you must earn an extra $300 and save all of it to neutralize the gap. Once you are totally neutral, then you can finally go back to the standard raise rules.
All right, section 4, immediate action. Time to get your first win. Because look, knowledge is great and all, but execution is quite literally everything. So let's rally and take immediate control today to prove that you aren't helpless against your growing expenses. Here are 3 little micro actions you can take to engineer your first big win and break the cycle. First, just open your banking app and audit the last 3 months of your statements. Second, find just one single creeping recurring expense. It could be an unused gym membership or a subscription box you totally forgot about, and just cancel it immediately. Third, log right into your payroll and automate a tiny 1% split of your very next paycheck into a completely separate savings account. That 1% pivot, it kicks off the habit of prioritizing your future self before you can even spend the money accidentally. I absolutely love this quote from the source material. No magic, just math and choices. Reclaiming your financial freedom isn't about hoping for a lucky lottery win, and it's definitely not about feeling guilty about the past. It's entirely about objective frameworks. By just stripping away the shame and running the actual numbers, you're putting yourself right back in the driver's seat of your own wealth. Now, before we wrap things up today, I have a quick question to leave you with. Have you ever made a 2 a.m. impulse purchase you deeply regretted? I mean, we've all been there, right? Just scrolling on our phones, adding random things to the cart when our willpower is sitting at absolute zero. Well, in our next explainer, we're going to dive into the mysterious 3-day rule protocol to conquer exactly that. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Until then, get that 1% automated, go cancel that unused subscription, and start making your paycheck invisible.